I'm out of the shower and I thought I'd come in because I honestly had just uploaded the wrong vlog onto my channel. It was supposed to be my February TBR and I had re-uploaded my Unwrap With Me, my TBR Unwrap With Me. I've just had a delivery of a book. So for you, those of you who don't know, I'm a photography student. I'm in my 3rd year at the University of Falmouth. And I just got delivery because I commercially printed some of my books. So I thought we'd open my front door, see what it is, and then unwrap it together and have a look at the books I made. So I printed 10 copies of my book. My book is called Lycoris radiata, which is the Latin word for the spider lily, the flower. I opened that so good. It's a short book. It's like a photo book with some fictional text. Look how pretty they are! They're so cold. Okay. So the spine is 4mm big and it's a paperback. I'm so happy. Oh my god, it's like a dream! So we have Lycoris radiata, a book by me, Jessica Palmer, and the images are courtesy of CERN's archive. So I do a lot of photographic work with CERN's archive. I'm really excited to share this with you. The text is really like, oh, the cover's kind of weird. I wonder what cover I selected. It's so tiny, but I am in love. So I have to give one to my parents, one for me, obviously. I have 10. So they came out as £3.50 basically per book. And it's like paper, it's 80 MSG paper. So like the paper used in a paperback. But because they do a lot of like photo books, it's got like this weird sheen to it. I'm not sure about the material of the cover. I think I might choose a different one next time. But I'll read you the inside. Lycoris radiata is a botanical name for the flower, otherwise known as red spider lily, surprise lily, or hurricane lily. The symbolism, the flower of farewell, the cycle of death and rebirth. Because the text is like about death and stuff like that. I'm so beyond happy. It's so weird to have your work like physical. I'm so excited. But basically, my project this term, I'll tell you a bit about it. So I'm working off the basis of this. This is the basis of my new work. So I'm using archival imagery, not just from CERN, though I'm going to expand it out. And I'm basically writing a short story. So I'm taking the text from this book and I'm bulking it out and writing a novella. For research-wise, I know quite a few people who have done novellas, so I might read like, obviously I'm not writing about love, I'm writing about death, which is the opposite of like Ali Hazelwood's, but I do have her collection of novellas, so I think it would be interesting for me to read other people's novellas. And to like analyze how this book is and like the quality and stuff like that, I feel like it would be really useful, because I didn't know what the feeling of the covers and stuff would be on the website, but I don't like this sort of like, it's like a flyer or like a leaflet, like plasticky, and I don't like that. But I think with a thicker book, because this is only like 30 pages, I think with a thicker book the cover won't be as odd, I suppose. I don't know. But it has reignited a spark in me, and I'm so excited to get on and do some more work. So I'll give you an update. In the clip before, I showed Sky my book, and she was like real happy with it, and I was glad that she was happy with it, because she was like the first person I showed, so that was pretty good. That's about all I've got. But because I'm expanding on it, I have a copy. I can't open my bag. I have a copy that I'm annotating. So I start, that's where I'm up to. And then I like, when I have a new idea to like add, so that's like a new plot twist idea, I'm adding it there. So technically, I'm writing like a short story novel thing, but different because I'm just doing it differently. That's kind of like where I'm at, writing wise. But I wrote for an hour, and I finished like the first, like the prologue. I don't know how long the chapters are going to be. I suppose when I switch. So it's now Thursday. Let's talk about my current interests, okay? So recently I've been watching a lot of The Diary of a CEO on YouTube. So I've seen Jake Maynard's, Jim Chapman's. I'm currently watching Davina McCall's. Like in the morning I'll put it on whilst I get ready and stuff. It's currently 25 to 9. But I don't have any classes today, and I'm going to stay home until like the afternoon, because I have one piece of work I have to do in the library, because I need to like randomise picking books and stuff like that. But it's also the 2nd of February, and I didn't read yesterday, and although I am slowly and unassuredly making my way through The Secret of Crickley Hall by James Herbert, I thought we could pick a book off my February TBR. So, if you haven't watched my last video, I unwrapped my February TBR. This is her. She looks kind of like a small pile, but she's got quite a few thin books, and then we've got a few standard ones, and then we've got James Joyce. Because apparently I think my life thinks that I want to, but Crickley Hall is like a thriller. So I'm thinking a lot of these are quite like thrillery mysteries, or like dark themes. So I was thinking either Book Lovers or Little Women. Oh, I don't know. It's like, I'm in a reading slump, but I want to read books. So how do I go from reading nothing and not wanting to read anything to reading all of the books I own? Quite honestly. I think Little Women. Maybe we just go top down, you know. Little Women, Ulysses, Book Lovers, The Family Upstairs, The Maidens, An Ode to Darkness, and The Portrait of an Artist as a Young Man. Could be a good way to do it. Now the weird thing about my copy of Little Women is it's very small, and like physically it's very small, and then like page wise it's very, like, it's 200 pages exactly. And I've seen copies of Little Women that are like this thick, and maybe the text is bigger, but the text in here isn't that small. Can you see, like, it's not that small in comparison to how big the book is. So I don't know if it like misses out parts of it. I'm gonna just settle something. There is a to the reader note at the beginning of this book, and it basically says that the story has been retold in a more gripping and simplistic way for those people that have watch the film or a TV show and decide to read a book, the book based, that the show or whatever is based on. I thought I was going to go to the library and do tons of work, and all I've done, it's currently 25 to 2 in the afternoon, and all I've done is lie in bed and literally watching screens. I've done some like trivia quiz, like the trivia quiz thing on Netflix, as a way to like provoke stimulation, but like I've not eaten, I've brushed my teeth, so I'm glad I brushed my teeth, but I feel like when a lot of people picture like giving their future kids mental health days, they picture like someone who's distraught or who's like in a really hard place, and it's like, personally for me, I feel fine, like mentally I feel like quite clear. There isn't anything that's like pushing me towards not doing anything. It's more just a generalized, my body doesn't want to move. So in order to treat myself, and because I'm doing this vlog thing, I don't know how many days this vlog's going to go on for, I thought if I use today to spruce up my living space, currently watching Atypical, but I'm not sure how I feel about it, and then I'm going to put on a podcast or a comfort show and like tidy and spruce myself and like, not really myself, I'm going to stay in my pyjamas, but like get that ready, and hopefully I can do some writing tonight, because that would be really nice, because I've been enjoying just looking at my book and I'm so beyond happy with it. Well, with this like half done version anyway. But there's still the weekend. She's like my baby. I love her. I've no idea what I'm gonna do with all those 6 extra copies. I could like bum them off to people, but it's like, there are some people I don't want to have them. You know, and they'll be like, oh, I want it. And I'm like, no, you're not allowed. These, well, they're supposed to be spicy, but they don't look very spicy, so I'm not sure how to feel about them, to be honest. I'll figure it out. I'm sure it'll be fine. Like, looky. Like, they're supposed to be spicy, but they look like they're plain. So, I don't really know how to feel about that. Okay, before my battery dies, I wanted to introduce Saturday to you. It's Saturday. I've got porridge for breakfast. And basically, I'm going to use today to really hone in on specifics in the plot. So I'm expanding the book that I showed earlier just into a better novel. So I'm expanding that. So I think if I work out plot outlines, it will help me like how I want each chapter to end. It will help me to decipher how many pages I need to write in an allotted amount of time to reach my goal, basically. Because I also have to have it printed, and I don't know how long that could take. I'll give it a whirl. One thing that has been helping me is I watched this YouTuber called Rebecca Smith, and she's writing a novel, and she does a lot of like writing like Stephen King for a day, writing like so and so for a day, and I pick up little tips from all of those separate writing routines, and I'm trying to figure out the best writing routine for me. So I'm going to be watching some of her videos, taking on some notes, and then I've got some like booktubers to carry on with. That's basically how my life goes on a Saturday. I'm also reading this for another video. Love that. So where did I go? I went to help my friend on a shoot. which was quite fun, and we walked around a lot, and I didn't take my camera, but I'm currently reading this for a vlog, but I did buy the paperback version of Beth O'Leary, The No-Show, because I've read all of her other books. She is like my go-to romance author. They're so comfy and cozy, and they're always dual pov. I don't even know what it's about. Her name is enough for me to want it. As this week comes to a close, I just want to touch on some of the books I finished. So I finished ACOTAR for a reading vlog that I'm very happy about, and I just finished this retold classics. You can't see me. This retold classics of Little Women, and I rated it a 3-star. I really enjoyed it. It's like more aimed at children, so it's simpler language, there's not much tragedy. Beth doesn't die. Spoiler alert if you didn't know. Beth doesn't die, which I can't tell is a good thing, but I can't wait to get my hands on the true version of the story. I think it would be really interesting. But it's almost 10:15 on Sunday, and I'm gonna go to sleep, and I'm gonna leave this vlog here. Thank you for joining me along. I suppose I could have filmed more, but I just didn't. So you're gonna have to deal with that. But I hope you enjoyed nonetheless. I hope you have a good day doing whatever it is you do. Let me know any good books or anything that you want. Say whatever. And if you say something mean, then you're a mean person. I don't know. See